Have I got a jam-packed weekend prep video for you today. In this video, I've got a Costco haul, a Walmart shop with me. We are going to be transforming our deck from this into this, which I'm super excited to share with you guys. I'm also doing a ton of cleaning in my kitchen, some meal prep, some cooking, some more cleaning, running errands, all of the inspiration and motivation in today's video. Let's get started. It's been a while. Welcome back to another weekend prep video. Okay, so Adam and I went to Costco today and I thought I would share a haul with you guys since it's been a while since I've been there. I have to look back on my channel, but I feel like it's probably been 6 months since I've been to Costco. So we didn't really go in with a list per se. I had a rewards card left over from when we purchased our last vacation through Costco. One of the benefits is they'll usually give you like a $75 shopping card or something like that. So we used that and just picked up some things that we needed. Okay, so I got some ketchup. This was on sale. I want to say it was like $6 for 3 of these bottles, which is really good. And we're running low on that anyway, and we always need ketchup on hand. Adam picked out a pork shoulder or pork butt roast. This was $1.99 a pound, so we're gonna portion this out and put it in the freezer. But with the weather getting warmer now, he always likes to smoke meat during the summer, and that's something he can put on the smoker. I also got we got some pork spare ribs. Same with this, we'll freeze it and use it later. Picked up some butter just because I always like to grab some while I'm there. It's still a pretty good price at Costco. I want to say this is around like $10.79 for 4 pounds. So I'll stick some of it in the freezer, but it's always good to stock up on that. I purchased these before. These are the Red's egg witches. Instead of like, you know, breaded, like a biscuit or an English muffin, they actually have egg on the outside. Adam likes these for breakfast, so we got those. And then I decided to try some of these sous vide egg bites. These are turkey sausage and cheese. I'll probably have these myself for breakfast here at home, but I don't know that I've tried this particular brand before, but I really like the ones from Starbucks, and obviously I've made my own here at home before, so we'll give those a try. We got some of these for just snacks. This is the California Snack-In. It's just salami and provolone cheese, and you can tear these apart and obviously put them in lunch boxes or take them to work. They're very convenient. I was happy to see these at Costco because I've been purchasing these for the kids at Walmart and Hy-Vee, and they are so expensive there. They're like $1 a bar, but you can get 24 of them at, I wonder if they're small. Let me see. Okay, so these are minis. So these are smaller than the ones that I've been getting at Hy-Vee or Walmart, but still you get 24 of them in there for, I want to say this was around $9, so it's a pretty decent price. They're basically just like Greek yogurt covered with like a chocolate flavored coating, but they do have some protein in them, so I feel like they're a pretty decent snack for kids, especially when they just want a little sweet treat. Okay, so I think this is a newer meal kit at Costco. At least I've never seen it there before, and they were almost all gone, so I assume they are popular, so I decided to try it. It's the yakisoba stir fry with chicken. So it comes with noodles, sauce, chicken, and veggies. So I'll let you guys know how we like that. I'm probably going to post it on my Instagram stories, so make sure you're following me over there. It's just Jen Chapin, and I'll post that this coming week. Okay, they had Oasis hummus, which I'm super excited about because I love Oasis hummus. It's delicious, and it is very expensive at the regular grocery store, so I'm always glad to find it at Costco. This is pretty like local-ish to me. It's a restaurant in Iowa City, so I don't think they have this around the country. I could be wrong, but I think it's local here. I got some 8812 ground beef because we are running low on ground beef. I need to start cooking some of the other meat that we have on hand. Actually, what I need to do is defrost our freezer in the garage because it is a mess. But part of this I'm going to use this weekend actually to make another batch of food for Murphy, and then the rest we'll just use here on our own. Adam grabbed some of these dill chips. These are the Grillo's pickles. They're really good if you've never had them before. We got some cherry tomatoes. I wanted to, I don't know, I felt like I wanted to get more produce, but I don't know, we were kind of in a rush and I just didn't have time to look at everything like I normally do. I got some of this hickory seasoned beef biltong. This is the Strive brand. You can also get this at Walmart. It's really good if you like beef jerky. I would recommend it. Alan picked up some whiskeys. He collects different kinds of whiskey and rare whiskey, so I don't know anything about these, but he got Calumet Farm Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Four Roses, and Noble Oak, I guess. So those to his collection. And then we also got some of these Asiago and Pepper Jack cheese crisps. These are really good on salads, and they're also just good for snacking. I've never tried the Pepper Jack ones before, so I thought we would give those a try. And then I think Adam's gonna take these to work to snack on. These are bacon cheddar crisps. I guess if you're doing like keto or low carb, they're pretty decent. I don't know, they have 9 grams of carbs in them. I guess they have a little bit of sugar in them, but not bad. I know a lot of you guys are doing low carb, or at least you leave me comments about it. So yeah, we'll see if we like these. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have tried them. I don't know how it can be bad. Bacon and cheese. I got some gallon freezer bags, running low on those, so restocked. I got some Finish Jet Dry. I always use this in my dishwasher, so I needed to restock on that. And then some Skinny Pop popcorn. I actually like to have this for a snack myself, and I'm sure the kids will eat it too, but it's nice to have it kind of portioned out like that. And obviously the little bags are only 100 calories each, so it's pretty good. Every time I go to Costco, if we need it and we're out right now, I always get their disposable cutlery. It's a really great price for the amount you get. And then we were totally out of trash bags. I don't know how I let that happen, but I realize now that Costco has the scented kitchen bags. So they're the 13-gallon, kitchen size trash bags, but they have a fresh scent. So we got those. And then we got some sugar-free vitamin water, or vitamin zero rather, Vita-Rain Zero. Sorry, this is just like vitamin water, except it's the Costco brand. It's pretty good. We've had it before. And then we got some more toothpaste, Crest, complete 5-pack of that. Some paper plates. I always like to stock up on those when I go to Costco because they are a great price. And honestly, these are pretty sturdy. And I know of a few cookouts that we're going to be having in the future this summer, so that will be good to have on hand for those. Okay, so I got some Tide. I actually decided I'm going to switch back to Tide detergent. I bought a bottle like a couple weeks back on sale, and I've been using it ever since, and I just think it smells so much better than the Gain I've been using. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's different, but I really like it, so I think I'm going to keep using it. So I just decided to get a big container of that while we were there. And I've got some sugar-free Red Bull, and then I picked up for myself the San Pellegrino sparkling water. If you've never tried this before and you like LaCroix, it's really good. This comes with 3 different flavors, and yeah, really good for like unsweetened sparkling water. Got some paper towels because we were running low on those, and then I always pick up some Charmin Ultra Soft when I'm at Costco too, because I think we just have one of these 6-packs left for the whole house. So that's that. All right, I'm gonna work on putting this stuff away. Today's video is sponsored by Outer, and I am super excited to be working with them. If you guys aren't familiar with Outer, they create durable and eco-conscious outdoor furniture designed to help people live better outside. They completely reimagined the outdoor living experience from the ground up. One of the great things about Outer is they are sustainable. Their all-weather wicker frame is made from recycled plastic bottles. They plant loads of trees to fight deforestation. They are climate neutral certified, and every product is fully recyclable. How amazing is that? Outer is made from the best materials. Their patented outer shell fabric is UV protected and stain resistant, so it keeps things looking brand new for up to 10 years. Plus, the all-weather wicker and rust-proof legs makes them the most durable outdoor furniture brand. Plus, it's extremely comfortable too. And finally, the best part is that Outer is risk-free. If you don't love your Outer sofa, they offer free return shipping and a 100% money-back guarantee within 14 days of delivery, but mine is staying put right on my deck. So you guys can see what our deck looked like before, and if you remember to last summer, we actually had a dining set out there. It was not durable at all, and it started to chip and fall apart, and so we needed something new. So we got this sofa from Outer along with 2 side chairs. This was like the easiest experience I have ever had purchasing outdoor furniture. It came shipped right to our door. Everything was already put together, which is fantastic. So all Adam and I had to do was carry everything out there, put the cushions on, and it is so comfy. We also grabbed an umbrella and a table, and I love how the sofa has these built-in cushion covers so that when you're not using it, you can protect it from the elements. I just love how this turned out, and I am so looking forward to sitting out here even more this summer. I also picked up some throw pillows and some plants, and I'm just so happy with how everything turned out. It is such a dream, and I love sitting out here on the deck, especially now that the weather is getting nicer. So if you guys are looking to live better outside, look no further than Outer. People love Outer. They make the most durable, eco-conscious outdoor furniture, and they're an amazing brand that actually gives back to the environment. So don't wait. Get $200 off plus free shipping by going to go.liveouter.com/Jen Chapin. That's liveouter.com/Jen Chapin so that they know I sent you. I'll have that link in the description box below. One of their recent collections actually sold out in 24 hours. So trust me, you don't want to miss this deal. Once again, I'll have the link down below if you guys want to check that out. And thanks again to Outer for sponsoring today's video. I just dropped Kira and her friends off at the coffee shop, and now I'm at Walmart just looking around. You guys ask me sometimes about my meal prep containers. These are some of the ones that I use. They're this brand, Hello. I think I got them at Costco actually, but they also have some Spider-Man and Star Wars. Oh, this is cute. This is just a little snack one. Oh my God, I can't believe this is here. I have been looking for one of these for so long, and I didn't even think they made them anymore. It's a divided glass baking dish. This is going in my cart. This book is so good. If you've never read it, Verity by Colleen Hoover. I couldn't put it down. I read it in like a weekend. Also, Pioneer Woman has blue light blocking glasses. This has gone too far. You've gone too far, P-dubs. All right, so I came over to Hy-Vee because apparently they're having this truckload sale. I don't know, I just creeped on their Facebook page and it seems like there might be some good deals, so we're gonna go in there and check it out. Apparently you actually have to go in, well, it says you have to go in the truck, but that's not a truck, that's a trailer. You have to go inside the trailer to get the deals. Okay, so I am now at Culver's and I got a Diet Pepsi. I'm waiting for an order of fries as my treat for Kira having a sleepover today. Because the only thing worse than one 13-year-old is 4 13-year-olds. No, so Kira could not have her sleepover on her actual birthday. So we ended up having to do it this weekend, and they wanted to go to Walmart and get some snacks and buy a volleyball. I don't know, I guess they want to play volleyball. We don't really have a net, but whatever. So while they're doing that, I just ran over here, mostly to get a Diet Pepsi because I was thirsty. Anyway, so what time is it? 8:15. I'm kind of tired. Probably gonna take a shower and then maybe just work on my computer for a little bit tonight. Tomorrow I have to film a video for Walmart, which I'm super excited about because they are sponsoring another video, which is like a dream come true for me. Like, I seriously always use Walmart every single week of my life. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, if you would have told me when I first started YouTube that like, oh, you're gonna get to work with like Barilla and Clorox and Walmart, I would have been like, girl, you cray. But it's super fun. But anyway, okay, check back soon. Okay, so I want to show you guys some of the things that I got at Walmart. So got this like collared kind of like muslin shirt for myself. It's short sleeved. I thought it might be comfortable for the summer. I don't know, I feel like as I'm getting older, this is like gonna be my Barefoot Contessa-esque uniform. I don't know. I'm just kidding, but I like collared shirts, so I got that. And then I also got this gift bag. It was on clearance, but I thought it was cute. It's just like a rainbow gift bag, and it also comes with a card and tissue paper. And it was like half price, so, or actually less than half price. So I thought that would be cute to have on hand. I got this veggie brush. There's actually 2 in here. I needed a new one. Saw this in like the jewelry section, and it's for like my work badge. I thought it was cool. It's like a what is that? Leopard cheetah? I have no idea. Anyway, just a clip-on one. So got that. We needed some more sunscreen because we were always sitting out at soccer games and, you know, all that whatnot. And the last time I brought some sunscreen, we used it and actually we got burnt. So I think it was expired and I threw it out. So this is the Neutrogena water and sun protection. And then I showed you guys this in the store. I need to wash it, but I can't wait to use it because I've been looking for one of these for a long time. I finally found one. Strawberries, blackberries, I need to wash these, and some hot dog buns for hot dogs. All right, so happy Sunday morning. We are gonna get a ton of cleaning done today and cooking in the kitchen. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I am gonna start by lighting a candle in the bathroom. Just a PSA, Bath & Body Works has their Pride collection out right now, so jump on that before it sells out. And I'm also going to make myself an iced coffee so we can get started for the day with some energy as well. I'm filling my cup up with ice. Next, I'm gonna put some pods into my Nespresso. I like using the dark roast espresso pods. I just ordered them on Amazon. I can link everything down below. And while that is brewing, I'm gonna start trying to organize some things in the kitchen. Let me know if you guys would be interested in a coffee drinks video without using an espresso machine, just with items you can find in your regular store. I think that would be helpful for some people. I like to add the sugar-free syrup and some almond milk, and boom, I have myself an iced latte. So I'm going to show some shots of my kitchen before I get to cleaning it. No, I'm not proud of this, but this is what happens when I am busy with work and or out of town for work, and there's just crap everywhere. And a lot of times you guys see my kitchen, you only see like bits and pieces of it, but I can assure you I'm just like everyone else. I always have crap everywhere. So yeah, that's it. And I also have a ton of dishes in the sink, some soap and stuff I need to restock. My kids have been helping me with the dishes lately, but it still, you know, gets ucky. I've got some pans there I need to clean up. Gross gross, gross. My stove needs cleaned really, really bad. And then of course we have the part of the counter that has all of the paper items just dumped all over. Yeah, that's what happens when you live in a house and it's real life. It gets cluttered everywhere. And this weekend we're also watching my in-laws' dog. His name is Sammy. Say hi to Sammy. He's a good little boy. We were watching him while Adam's parents were out of town for the weekend. So here's a look at the kitchen before we start cleaning it. Another thing I'm going to be doing today is making some food for Murphy. So I'm going to get started by just putting 5 pounds of ground beef into the Instant Pot and using my meat chopper to mash that up. This does take quite a long time to make, so I wanted to get started on it first thing. Next, I'm going to empty the trash. I love having this double trash can in our island. It's one thing that we did have in our old house, but we only had a single one, not a double one. So it is really nice. That's another thing that the kids help me with too, is taking out the trash. So I'm going to go ahead and change that and put some new bags in. By the way, I think this is a newer item at Costco, but they have the scented trash bags, which I really, really like. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would recommend picking those up. Okay, next I am going to clean out some of the lunch boxes. This is something that my kids are supposed to do, but sometimes they don't always do it. So I'm doing it for them. You guys saw the noodle pan on the stove. Those were some yakisoba noodles that Kira took for lunch on her last day of school. She really, really like them, so I will be making those again for her. Okay, so I'm gonna get started by emptying out the dishwasher. These were clean dishes, so I'm gonna go ahead and put those away before I start putting all of the dirty dishes into there. I actually think I forgot to get some finished shots of my kitchen, so unfortunately I don't have those for you, but you know what? My kitchen will get dirty again at some point, so I'll just have to make another cleaning motivation video. I feel like I haven't posted any cleaning content or a weekend prep video in a while. I've just been trying to figure out some type of semblance between balancing my work and YouTube and taking care of myself and taking care of my family and getting my kids to places. If you're a mom, you know that it's hard to do all the things. And as much as we want to, we want to do all the things, but sometimes we just can't. And so something ends up, I don't want to necessarily say suffering, but we can only focus our attention on so many things at a time. So, I'm constantly striving to find better balance in my life. And I honestly think that there's probably not one mom or working mom out there that has it all figured out. I definitely believe that to be true. And I also don't think that balance, like work-life balance, is really a thing. I think there are certain seasons of life where we have to pay more attention to our work and certain seasons of life where we have to pay more attention to our family and our kids, and it sort of ebbs and flows. And right now work has been pretty demanding, but there are going to be some changes happening at my job, and I'm going to be moving into a different position later this fall. So hopefully that will alleviate some of that. We will see how everything shakes out, but you guys know that, my career is super important to me, and it's not something that I want to ever compromise. Even though I love doing YouTube, sometimes I have to pull back a little bit on YouTube due to my job. Okay, so I got all of my dirty dishes loaded. You guys always ask me about my dishwasher. It's a Bosch dishwasher. I love it. I would not recommend any other brand of dishwasher, and I've had several. Okay, so now I'm going to get started hand washing some dishes. Probably my least favorite task in terms of cleaning is doing dishes. I don't necessarily like mopping either, but I will do it. And a lot of times you guys ask me too if I have help cleaning my house. And yes, I still do. My house cleaner is the best. She is a lifesaver, and she comes once a week for us. And it's incredibly helpful too on the weeks when I am traveling for work, because Adam is obviously not able to clean during the week when I'm gone, and he's, running kids all over the place. And so it's really helpful to have her come. And she always says that my house is her favorite to clean. So hopefully that's true. Hopefully she doesn't tell that to all of her clients. But lately I've been washing my dishes with a dish brush, and I actually like it a lot better than using a scrubber sponge. I don't know why. I just feel like I can clean it a little bit better. So I've been using that, and I'm using the Mrs. Meyer's, I believe it's the Daisy scent, which I get from Grove. I still do order from them every couple months, not as much as I used to because I have a huge stock of dish soap and stuff on hand, but I do like ordering them because I can get those scents that I can't get in the store around here. And I also got some other of the seasonal scents from Grove as well, which I think in this video I'm going to show you guys how I am refilling my decanters, I guess, for my kitchen sink. Okay, so with all the dishes washed, now I can scrub out my sink. I'm using the last of the pink stuff, which I got this bundle on Amazon, so I can link it down below. I do like their cleaners pretty well. They do a really good job and they smell pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrub out my sink really well with that. I'm gonna be washing some produce probably a little bit later this weekend, so always wanna make sure my sink is clean for that. So I just scrub it out really well with a brush and then rinse it out with really, really hot water. So another question that I wanted to answer is about our faucet. So this is a touch faucet, which we had installed when we built our house. It's been almost 5 years now and it still works perfectly. I know that some people have reservations, but it's just battery powered and it works great. So highly recommend that. I also cleaned out my garbage disposal. So for the food for Murphy, I also need some sweet potatoes and some russet potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and scrub those under some cold water. Sometimes I get questions on this when I do share like the dog food stuff. So I'll link the site and the recipes that I use down below. You do have to order the specific nutrient powder that goes along with the recipes. Obviously, dogs need special nutrients. That's why you shouldn't just like cook chicken and rice and feed it to them. I mean, you can, but it's not going to give them all the nutrients that they need. So I did have a vet consult and she kind of explained it to me, what I needed to do and, how many servings that Murphy needed per day according to his weight, et cetera, et cetera. So once you get into it, it's kind of fun, especially if you like to cook. It does take a while, but you can make it in the crock pot, you can make it in the Instant Pot, you can make it on the stove. And yeah, basically it's just chopping, most of it is just chopping up the vegetables and kind of cooking it all together. You do need a big Instant Pot, especially if you have a big dog like we do. Murphy's like 95 pounds, so he eats quite a bit. And obviously if you have a smaller dog, you can make smaller quantities, but the supplements are great. You can order everything you need from that site. And the other thing to keep in mind too is that you just want to make sure that you use exactly the ingredients in the quantities that they are telling you to, even down to the oils. So like, for example, a lot of the recipes call for safflower oil and I couldn't find that in the stores, so I had to order it on Amazon. Probably the easiest part about making the food for the dogs like this is that you don't have to peel anything. So that's always great. Sweet potatoes are very hard to chop. A sharp knife makes it a lot better. Of course, I'm using my Mise knife, so make sure that if you are chopping sweet potatoes, you are very careful. But my ground beef that I started cooking earlier is in the bottom of the Instant Pot already cooked. So I'm just basically going to dice up all of the other items and put them on the top of the beef and give that a stir. So I also added some water because obviously you need at least a cup of water in the bottom of the Instant Pot if you're going to cook it, otherwise you'll get a burn notice. This also calls for some diced apple. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there next. And then you also need some frozen peas, some frozen green beans, and I do weigh these out according to the recipe. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on that and cook that on high. I believe it cooks for around 20 minutes. And then I transfer it into a large roaster just so I have room to stir it. I add all of the oils and the nutrient powder and just stir that up really well. And at this point, Murphy is very excited to smell to smell this because he knows that it's for him. I also forgot to mention that I add some fish oil too, which the recipe it calls for. And then I do use these sort of like black plastic containers. They are reusable and they're the perfect size for this. I got them on Amazon a long time ago. I can link them down below, but basically what I do is I figure out how many calories are in the whole batch and then I just divide them out into containers and then I figure out how many calories are in each container and that's how many I feed Murphy. So voila, dog food for Murphy and he is super happy with it. Okay, so we're gonna take a break and make a little bit of a brunch lunch here. I'm gonna make some breakfast pizza with some items that I have in my freezer that I need to use up. Some flatbread, some extra bacon, some turkey sausage. I'm gonna use a little bit of nacho cheese for the sauce, some eggs, and then I also have some shredded cheese as well. So the first thing to do is just to crack all of my eggs into a bowl. I am going to basically make the breakfast pizza topped with turkey sausage and bacon, scrambled eggs, and some cheese. So I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning and milk or half and half to these scrambled eggs and just scramble them. I use the Auntie No-No's everything seasoning. It's delicious on everything basically. Per its name. And I'm going to put my scrambled eggs into my skillet and let those cook just really gently over low heat. These are flatbreads that I believe I got them from Hungry Root, and I just put them out onto a parchment lined tray. And then for the sauce, I guess for the breakfast pizza, I'm going to use a little bit of nacho cheese sauce. You don't really need a lot at all, maybe just like, I don't know, maybe 3 tablespoons per pizza. So it's not going to add a lot of calories or anything like that, but it just helps to kind of keep the pizza less dry. Another thing you can use for sauce on breakfast pizza is sausage gravy. That works really well too. And then I went ahead and cooked up some of these turkey sausage patties. These come frozen, but they're already pre-cooked, so they're super quick just to kind of dice up and throw on there. And then I had a little bit of cooked bacon in the refrigerator as well that I needed to get used up, so just going to chop that up as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put half of the scrambled eggs on each of the flatbreads and kind of spread those out evenly. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit more cheese to the top just to kind of glue everything together, a little bit of mozzarella and some cheddar. You can use whatever you have on hand. It's fine. It's a great way to use up items in the refrigerator, and you could use any kind of pizza crust with this. And then I'm going to add the turkey sausage to 1 1/2, and then with the other half, I'm just going to add bacon and then pop those into the oven. I forgot to get a finished shot of these, but here's what they look like going into the oven. You guys know what breakfast pizza looks like, so hopefully that gave you an idea for breakfast or brunch for your own family. Okay, so I'm going to refill some of my soap dispensers and switch them up a little bit for summer. So I thought I would share that with you guys. First, I'm going to wipe off this area of the counter, which gets pretty gross sometimes just because I'm always like having dirty dishes over there, and I don't know, you guys know how it is. Lots of stuff. I'm going to put this tray out. That is from Grove. It's super pretty, new for summer. And I'm going to go ahead and take the soap decanters out of the boxes and refill them. These are sort of billed as eco-friendly because obviously the containers that they come in are aluminum, so you can recycle them. So no single-use plastic. And then I also got a new scrubber for my sink. Love that. Always want to keep one of those on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and line these up in that tray, and it looks super pretty. The only thing it doesn't have room for is the multi-surface spray, but I'll go ahead and keep that under my sink, and it looks nice, ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean my stove off. Even though I'm gonna still do more cooking today, I still wanted to get it cleaned off. I'm going back to my very favorite crud cutter spray. I like to spray that on and let it sit. And then I'm also going to take the sort of hardware off of the burners and scrub those out in the sink with hot water as well. Once the crud cutter has a chance to sit, I go ahead and wipe everything off with a hot cloth. And I usually have to give it several wipes. Sometimes I get my scraper out and scrape off any of the dried food. I didn't need to this time. And then a lot of times I'll use another hot cloth, and then I'll finish it up with a paper towel and some Windex. I find that that really does a good job of shining it up. But either way, my stove does not stay clean for very long because I'm cooking on it all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the back of it. I usually like to use some stainless steel cleaner on that. And yeah, like I said, the last step is some Windex. So I'm just going to spray that on there and wipe it off with a paper towel. And that does a really good job of shining up the black surface. Sometimes I think, man, I should have gotten a flat top stove, but I really do like cooking with gas. So it's one trade-off that you have to make when you have a gas stove, is that for me, I feel like it's nicer to cook with, but it's harder to clean. Okay, so next I pulled everything out from this left side of my stove, which always gets really dirty because I do a lot of food prep there, obviously, since it's right next to my stove. So I just went ahead and sprayed that down with some multi-surface spray and wiping that off with a soft cloth. I do have to say, I get questions sometimes about our granite countertops, and we went with granite instead of quartz when we built our house, and I am super happy with it. It doesn't stain and it's great. I'm gonna go ahead and refill my oil dropper, whatever you call it. I got this on Amazon and I will link it down below. I love it. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to some laundry. Had a ton of laundry to wash and fold this weekend. So I switched to Tide actually, and I like it a lot better. I feel like it smells a lot better than Gain. Let me know what you guys think down below. Maybe I'll use this for a while and then I'll switch back to Gain or something like that. But I have been getting it at Costco, and yeah, I think I'm going to switch for now. So just loading this with some clothes, and sometimes I also get questions on my washer. I have a Maytag. I love it. I would not trade it for anything. I like that it's a top loader with an agitator in the middle. I have never really been a fan of the front loader washers. I know some people like them because you can have space on top, but I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't think the traditional ones I like better. So another thing that I'm going to work on this weekend is organizing this ridiculous mess of a cabinet where I keep all of my pots and pans and some of my dishes. So I got these pan organizers or pan racks on Amazon. I will link them down below. The brand is Utopia. They make quite a few different products for organizing like Tupperware and lids and all kinds of stuff in your kitchen. And this seems to work pretty well. I did have to get 2 of them to fit all across the length of my cabinet, but the nice thing is that they do hold both the pans and the lids, so that part is great too. And I also went ahead and removed the shelf in the cabinet so that I could wipe it down. Okay, back up in laundry room, going to finish up some laundry, put some sheets in the dryer, and wanted to make sure that I got caught up on laundry this weekend. That's something that I really strive to do every single weekend. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I always think the week goes a lot more smoothly when everyone has clean clothes folded and put away. Okay, so here is how the pan rack looks after I got everything installed. I put most of my Pyrex dishes on the top shelf and added all of my skillets and my lids to the bottom. Bing, bang, boom, done. Love it. Totally love it, and would definitely recommend that rack. Okay, so next I'm going to make a Sunbasket lunch. I get their meal kits every once in a while because I like to meal prep them for lunches. I am not sponsored by them, but I do have a $40 discount affiliate link if you guys are interested in using that. I'll link them down below. They have kind of different things than other meal kits, so I always like trying them. These were a chicken and kale with hummus, sort of flatbread wrap type situation. So these are the ingredients. I took out the sun-dried tomatoes and I am soaking those in hot water per the recipe directions so that they reconstitute. And next I have my chicken thighs here. I'm just going to go ahead and season those. Once again, I'm using the Auntie No-No's everything seasoning. Love it. Also going to add some, I believe this was it Italian seasoning, I think, to that, and go ahead and flip these over and season them on the other side as well. Okay, so next I'm going to get started on the salad piece of this. So this is some of the kale that was included. It's already chopped and washed, which is really nice. So I'm going to add that to the bowl, and then I'm going to add some of this dressing base. It's basically kind of like a roasted red pepper dressing, and I added some olive oil per the directions to reconstitute it, shook that up in the container, and added that over the kale as well. And I'm going to season that with salt and pepper and go ahead and give that a toss. And then basically this goes onto the flatbreads along with the hummus and the chicken, and it's really good. I would definitely try and make this again, or recreate it in some way rather. I'm also going to add some feta cheese to that. I'm going to chop up the sun-dried tomatoes. I really like these because they were reconstituted with water instead of oil and they were less greasy. So adding those to the salad, and then these are my chicken thighs. I'm just searing those on both sides until they are cooked through, and then I remove them to a bowl. And the trick to cooking chicken like this and keeping it juicy is just to make sure that you let it rest. So I added it to a shallow bowl, and I'm just going to cover it with foil and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Once it rested, I'm going to transfer it to a cutting board and just slice it into thin pieces. This will make it easier to add to the whole wheat pitas and easier, for you to get some in every single bite. I was kind of thinking about how I could recreate this for the whole family. I wonder if I could do like some type of like pita bar with all kinds of toppings like salad and tomatoes and chicken, and I don't know, I like doing things like that for dinner because I feel like then everyone can just kind of take what they want and build it in their own way. So that's something that I will probably be doing in the future, and I'm sure it will be a crowd pleaser. Okay, so now it's time to build the pitas. I went ahead and warmed these up on the stove. I'm adding some hummus to the bottom along with some chicken, and then I will pile that kale salad on top. I have to say, Adam and I had this for lunch on this day. I thought it was really good. I really loved it. Adam was kind of like, meh, like he ate it, but you know, it's not, kale isn't always his favorite thing, but he did eat it and he thought it was good. So win-win, I guess. So that was our nice healthy lunch for today. Again, I always like trying out Sunbasket. They always have such great options for lunch meal prep. Okay, so I'm going to take a break from cleaning and cooking to go run some errands. So I'm first going to go to the post office. I had a couple of different packages I had to drop off to be mailed. How awesome that you can print your own postage at home and just slap it to the package. Love it. And then I also had to check my PO box, so I wanted to get that done. And then I also wanted to run to Goodwill because I had, of course, some things to drop off. Like always, I always have things to drop off at Goodwill, so I always just try to put them in a box. That way it's super easy to just transfer it to their cart. Okay, back home, I'm going to share with you guys what I am making for dinner this evening. So I'm going to make some of these Alexia potato puffs. I get them from Thrive, but if you ever have the chance to try them, I recommend it because they, unlike regular tots, are sour cream and onion flavored, and they're really good. They bake up really crispy in the oven. So I'm just going to dump those onto a tray with some parchment paper and get those into the oven. Tonight, I'm going to make these tater tots with a spinach salad and some chicken cutlets. I've been trying to use up a ton of stuff in my fridge and freezer. I'll have a video coming with that soon of all of the things that I made, but basically I have some thin cut chicken breasts here that I thawed out, and I'm just going to season them again with the Auntie No No's everything seasoning and give those a flip and season them on the other side. Okay, so for the breading for my chicken cutlets, I'm going to crack a couple eggs into a bowl and just whisk those up with a little bit of water. Next, I'm going to cut up my baby broccoli and get that into the salad spinner so I can go ahead and give it a wash. My kids are like not necessarily into the spinach salad, so I also wanted to cook some broccoli to make sure that I had something on hand for them as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the salad spinner with water, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cook my chicken cutlets. So I have a bowl of flour, a bowl of egg, and a bowl of seasoned breadcrumbs, and I'm gonna dip the chicken from the flour into the egg, into the breadcrumb, and then I just have a bit of avocado oil in the bottom of the skillet to crisp those up. I prefer to season my chicken breast before I dredge it. I think that it gives it more flavor that way, and then basically you just wanna cook these until they are golden brown on each side. When they're done, I put them on a rack, on a tray, and then basically put them in the oven to keep warm, just like on 200 degrees, just so they stay warm. Next, I'm going to make my spinach salad. So I'm going to get my spinach and put it into my big bowl here. And this was sort of a mishmash of different things that I had from Sunbasket meals and a few things that I had to use up in my fridge. And I threw it all together, and honestly, it was pretty good. Sometimes I have fun being very creative in the kitchen. So I'm going to add some fresh dill, and then I also had some roasted hazelnuts. I'm going to go ahead and chop those up to give the salad some texture. Next, I had a pear, and I thought that would pair really well. The pear would pair really well with the savory vinaigrette and the spinach. So I'm just going to slice that thinly and add it. I also added some feta cheese. I thought that would contrast with the pear. And then I'm adding some creamy Dijon dressing that came from Sunbasket. So good. And then I'm just going to give that a toss, and this was really good eating it with the crispy chicken cutlet. I love that combination of like a cold salad with the crispy chicken cutlet, sort of like a chicken Milanese vibe. Now I want to make that, but here's what my chicken breasts look like after I fried them up. They look delicious, and of course my tots on the side. And so here's what my plate looked like. I had some of the crispy chicken along with the salad, and the kids had the chicken along with the broccoli and the tots. Boom, lovely Sunday dinner. That was delicious. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me this weekend. Don't forget to check out Outer. I will have all of their information in the description box below, so make sure you check them out if you are looking for some outdoor furniture. Highly recommend it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.